Hi everyone. Slides are in French, but I think I would talk in English. It would be easier for everyone. So we're gonna talk about the differences and the opportunities between fundraising and crowdfunding. So it's quite related with the question you asked. So as Maxime told you, crowdfunding is not a really new concept. It's quite the Liberty Statue was crowdfunding campaign was launched in 1886, so it's quite old. And at that time, it was mainly managed by newspaper with the help of notably Pulitzer. What changed from that point is now that with the internet, with the mobile, with all the digital technology, all the knowledge are shared all over the world. It's much more easier to communicate, and there was also a big change, a big move in the payment industry. Bank was the only owner of all the payment transaction, and now you've got much more new service provider. We are used to call them fintech for financial technology, and it was a big step for helping the crowdfunding just come. First crowdfunding platform was in 2005, Kiva. It's I don't know if you know them, but it's a crowd lending, microloan, in fact, platform. So it's very interesting to see that the non-profit sector was the first mover on the crowdfunding landscape. And but now, even in Switzerland, crowd donating, so donation through crowdfunding, is less than half of the market share. So, yeah, just few data about the Swiss market of donation. Less than 1% of donation are made online. So it's very few, and it's less than all the other European market. For example, it's more like 6 to 7% in France, and you are up of 15% in the UK. Average donation amount per household is 300 Swiss francs per year. And what we can notice, and it's related to the use of the internet, and it's explained why crowdfunding is still a small part of the online donation, is that only 58% of the people between 15 and 34 years old are donors, compared to more than 80% for the people older. So what I was saying before is that 45% only of the donation of the overall amount raised on the crowdfunding platform in Switzerland is related to donation. So it's the rest is half and half. I think Maxime, crowd equity and crowd lending. We're talking about 12.3 million total amount of donation made through crowdfunding platform, but only 1.7 million are without reward, because that's a key point we will discuss. The donation model is quite different on crowdfunding platform. So it's about 27% of the overall online donation in Switzerland. So what would be very important to see, and I would focus on two main points, is that when you have to choose between making a regular donation appeal, a campaign, a fundraising campaign, we're used to see mailing, emailing, or even street fundraising. The difference that you would have if you would like to go to a crowdfunding platform to ask for donation is first of all, you would need to focus your campaign on one project. That means that the way works donation crowdfunding platform is that they push a project, so you need to find within your organization an original project, a project that is you could be easily shared, because between on the social network or with friends. You will also need to have a project with an amount to raise that is realistic. You won't raise $1 or $2 million or euro or Swiss franc on a crowdfunding platform with donation nowadays. And you would need also to find a project that would be a short-term project, because when you launch a crowdfunding campaign, usually it would take 1 or 2, 3 months to raise the fund, and people would like to have a feedback in the months that follow the goal, the fact that you raised the amount and you reach your goal. So they would like to have information, feedback, email, pictures, videos of the project. So you won't work on a crowdfunding platform to raise money for a 3, 2 or even 1 year project. It's too far. You need to have a much more quicker quicker project to show the result to the backer, so the people who make donation to help to finance the project. The other point is the reward model that it's used to be promote on the crowdfunding platform. First of all, would you be ready to give back anything else than a tax receipt? And what kind of reward you can, as an NGO, provide? What would be the value of this reward? Because if the value is too much higher, it's too high, you would have you would not be allowed anymore to provide the tax receipt, because it would become more like a transaction, a merchant transaction than a donation. And the other point is, on many of the crowdfunding platform, you would have some rule, like you would need to raise the full amount of your main goal to be able to get the fund. It's not the way we used to work on the NGO, because we always say that any gift, even the smallest one, is important. So would you set a goal, and if you don't raise that amount of money, would you just accept to lose the overall grant you've got online? And another point is that you would have a flat fee, but much more often a percentage of the amount you raised that would be kept by the platform to the job and to the service they provide to you. And sometimes that amount is not taking in consideration when you set the goal, and it could be damageable for the project. So, well, I made a tab with a lot of other points. I think you would have the slide, so it would be much more easier, I think, to see it. But some of the other differences you've got between crowdfunding and fundraising would be the propriety of the database, because often the donors who support your project become also member of the crowdfunding platform, so they would also receive some new ask from the platform. And to finish, what I would like to talk about is another way to collect donation online, which is peer-to-peer fundraising. Peer-to-peer fundraising is very close to crowdfunding, but the main differences is that you ask some supporter of your cause, some people who care about your cause, to become your fundraiser, to become the fundraiser by creating a personal web page to that with their with a picture of us, so it's quite like a profile on a social network, and like a page on a social network, and it would and from that page, sharing that page, they would be able to ask their friend and family to make a donation for your non-profit, and that way they would reach new donors for your cause. So it's just to see that what we would like to do with peer-to-peer is to scale up by not working only on the network and all the connection of the non-profit, but by working also on the connection of the supporter, the people who have created a personal web page to support your cause. And I show you just two examples to show you the difference. On the left side, you've got a crowdfunding page for Caritas in Switzerland. So it's, as I told you, it's focused on a project. That one is a project in Africa. I think it's Zambia, and you can see that you've got a goal to raise a fund, and on the other side, on the right side, you've got a peer-to-peer web page where what you've got is a picture of the person who made the web page, and the same thing, I mean a goal to reach, and a donation, an explanation on the project you can support. So to conclude, what I would like to say is that crowdfunding is a great opportunity for a small and medium-sized NGO to start fundraising campaign when they don't own their database of contact of supporter, because it would give them the ability to use social network, to use their friends and family to leverage an ask to fund a project. When an NGO is bigger, have more supporter and donors in our database, the crowdfunding would be a side fundraising opportunity for very specific projects which are able to motivate a lot of people, and who are very original projects that could be shared and have a great impact to people, and that way to reach new donors and get more fund and more visibility for the project.